Hey guys, it's John McNamara, host, Runnin Vegas. We're talking local sports, business, real estate. You guys like you see, subscribe, follow us on Runnin Vegas podcast. Today, we got a special guest, Mr. Austin Starr in the house.
Thanks for having me back.
Woo!
Always love doing this.
Thank you, man. Well, I appreciate you. Former Rebel. I know, we're, like a month or two away, 2 months maybe, month and a half away from UNLV basketball.
Yeah, end of October, right?
End of October.
Yep.
But I can't help myself to talk a little Runnin Rebel basketball.
Well, that's why I'm here, right?
Yes, sir. You're the expert. I'm just the fan. So, all right, let's get into it. So today we're talking UNLV basketball preview for the upcoming season.
Yep.
And we want your thoughts. So question number one. What'd you think of the Pastner hire?
I think it was really good. He has a past of winning, so that's important.
Yeah.
But getting to know him a little bit more. I've been a couple times now, talked to him. Just ran into him actually 2 days ago at the grocery store. So
awesome.
He's a really
you told
good.
me you're gonna be on Runnin Vegas today. Talking about him.
Uh-huh.
Okay, good.
Yeah, for sure. No, he's a really good guy. He seems to have a lot of energy. He seems to have a lot of drive, and what's coming up in the season. So yeah, I think it was a good hire. I'm really excited to see what he does with this team.
Me too.
Yep.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting when they first hired him. I don't think most fans were like, Pastner.
Mm-hmm.
But then you get to see his energy, and this recruiting class is crazy.
Yeah.
I can't remember, we're going to get more into it, but
Mm-hmm.
a more talented class since you've been on the Runnin Vegas, or Runnin Rebels, excuse me. So I like his energy. I love, this is something that's not really talked about a lot, defensive-minded.
Yes.
San Diego State has that figured out. That's what UNLV has not had figured out over the years. So I'm excited for that defensive-minded kind of guy. So
yeah, I'm really excited. He has a lot of the people in place to actually make that happen. So
yeah, tell us more about that. We got some old.
Yeah.
The last time you were on the show, we talked about old. Runnin Rebels coming back, and we were kind of like, will it actually happen? And. Mm-hmm. He's putting the right people in place. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, Justin Hawkins came down from UNR. He was a coach up there, so he was a really good player. Turned out to be a really good coach up at UNR. That's why he hired him down here. But I think not even just on the bench staff. I think that outside of that and the administration side of it, they did hire Stacey Augman.
Yep.
So I think that is going to kickstart a lot of the old Rebels coming back and kickstart a lot of them joining in with this team and kind of showing how the old Runnin Rebels did things.
Yeah, I love it. And his title is Director of Community. Do you know anything?
Community engagement?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So do you know exactly what his role is going to be? I don't.
Not
so
to the
curious.
details aspect of it, but obviously the community engagement side of it for his old teammates, for the older people that have established this school and grew this school and made the Runnin Rebels the way that they are. They've been meeting, they've been getting together. A lot of the people, outside of in the community, just bringing them and, as you know, we have the Raiders, we have the Aces, we have all these different teams that the community gets behind. So I'm trying to bring them back to UNLV.
Yeah,
so.
I think it's going to do a lot, and that's something that's really unheralded too. The other day they announced that Anthony Marshall too is going to be a grad
I did see
assistant.
that.
I love it.
Yeah,
because that's when I started watching UNLV basketball.
Yep.
And I loved his attitude, just for a culture aspect. Those three guys, they had great mindsets. Mm-hmm. They were defensive minded. I'm like, what great mentors for the younger kids coming in. And let's talk about that, because the roster is completely overhauled from last year.
Yeah.
But the one thing I noticed, most of the guys coming in are defensive minded, and a lot of them can shoot too. He brought in some shooters. But what's your thoughts? I mean, it's basically a completely new roster, and seems like, in my opinion, it's upgraded in terms of talent.
Yeah, I do agree with you that it has been upgraded as far as the talent aspect of it. Transfer from Alabama, transfer from Illinois, a lot of young talent. Mason from Coronado coming in.
Yeah, do you know Mason?
I do, yeah. Yeah, I think he'll add a lot of. He's a good shooter. He's tall. He's lengthy.
Yeah.
And he's pretty athletic. So I think that he'll add that piece to it. But their transfers coming in, I think that they can make an impact right away for the experience side of it.
Yeah.
But meshing the team together and seeing how that looks, I mean, I feel like that's going to be the biggest key to making things work.
Yeah, I agree with you. That was the next question is, what is going to be their biggest challenge? And I think it's going to be chemistry.
Yeah.
And because everybody is learning each other. So you kind of saw with UNLV football this year, there were like 2/3 of the roster. I mean, UNLV basketball is 100% overturned, which I think Utah State has a successful season about 2-3 years ago. They did it. But before Utah State, it was like unheard of. And now this is almost like the new norm. And I agree with you. I think it's going to take a little time for them to gel. It's like, and how long does that take? Does that take 2 games? Does that take 18 games?
Yeah.
It's a big question going into the season. Yeah,
I definitely think that it'll take some time. You can only get so adjusted and so familiar with someone through practice that it's going to actually take games against other people that are actually going to be able to create that chemistry, create that, game situational stuff with these players. So I think that I'd probably say at least 5 games that they're like actually going to get the feel of things. Not saying that it's going to be a bad 5 games, but I do think that it's going to take just a little bit of time.
Yeah. So what do you think of the non-con schedule?
They have a pretty good non-conference schedule this year. It is.
We haven't seen this since you were playing, dude. With Dave Rice back in the day. I looked at it, I'm like, oh, it's going to suck. And I started looking at it. I'm like, at Washington, at Memphis.
Yep.
We got St. Joe's at home. It's not great for Thomas and Mack. But away, and then they have the tournament, the play, which is a great tournament. I think the team gets like $1 million that they can go to NIL.
Yeah.
And they play Bama and Maryland. If we can get one win,
that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
That would be nice, right?
So, I think I think last time we had talked about the money aspect of it, the NIL deals, all that kind of stuff, and making that as big thing here. I think that they did receive a good amount of money at the beginning of the year that were able to push out to NIL. So that's when you see like the Alabama transfer, the Illinois transfer. So we'll see if that continues to grow over the years. With it being his first year, I don't know how much they're granting him for next year or the years after. But I mean, we'll definitely be able to see that.
Yeah, and just to go over to the Alabama transfer you're talking about is Nas Cunningham for folks at home, and then the Illinois transfer, that's Trevin Gibbs from Illinois. So, some athletic kids. Nas Cunningham, too, I think at one time was the number 1 recruit in the nation, 5-star shooter. Let's get into roster. What's the number, if you got to pick one player that you were excited to watch next year, who would that be?
Excited to watch? I would probably say Dravin.
Really?
And I mean, Nas too. I think Nas has a lot to prove, especially coming from Alabama to a school like UNLV. I'm excited to see what that looks like. But overall, I think it becomes down to the team, right? I mean, one player can do it, but I mean, a team's gonna take you and actually have that success. Yeah,
I agree with you. Super, and I like Gibbs a lot from Illinois. Super athletic. Nas Cunningham, he seems like he has NBA potential. We'll see. For me, it was Kamani Hamilton from High Point, 6'8", 225 pounds, small forward. I think he originally played at Ole Miss, and then he was scoring about 13, 15 points. But that guy had offers from Kentucky, from Arkansas. He ended up coming here. I think he's going to be the focal point of the team.
Yeah.
So, he's a grown man. He's big. He's a senior. I like how Pastner layered the depth, because it really, on paper right now, it kind of looks like there's 9 to 10 guys. You never know until it starts, and injuries and everything.
Yeah, they got some pretty decent injuries currently. So.
Oh, do they? Yeah, Che, right?
Yep.
Any updates?
I don't know specifically, but I know that they've been dealing with some
I'm a little
injuries
concerned because you keep talking about Gibbs. So
no, he's fine. He's good. He's good.
Okay,
He's solid.
it was gonna kill it. Okay, Chase out for the season. Just joking. But yeah, I think they layered it like having some good seniors and juniors that are potentially going to start. And then we got some good like freshman, sophomore guys, like even Tyron Jones, top 100 recruit. Some younger guys are coming in that they can develop. Hopefully, now with NIL though, it's kind of like it's hard to hold your breath a little bit as well because the transfer portal movement. Just because you have younger players doesn't mean they're going to be here. You have a junior doesn't mean they're going to be here the next year. So it's kind of who knows, but I like the way he layered it. And what a great point you bring up is like, hopefully that he seems like he has NIL support now. Does that continue? Because even though there's 2 more roster spots too. Any hints of what those?
They just brought one kid from
New Zealand.
Where's he from? New Zealand. Yeah. I haven't.
Walter Brown.
I haven't been able to see anything on him, but apparently he's a really good shooter.
I heard he's really good defense too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually. I wrote him down as like the player I'm most interested in because he played pro for New Zealand for like 5 years. He's an older senior. I'm like, how does he fit into this roster? But I don't think you bring that kid in if he's not going to put in minutes.
Immediately come in and make a difference for sure. Right. You have to.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that was one guy I'm super excited about. So yeah, like on paper, I mean, what do you think and we won't really know until this starts because everything looks good when the season starts, right? But before the season starts. But like on paper, what do you think are the potential strengths of this team?
We're pretty athletic. It looks like we have a lot of high flyers, a lot of, like you keep saying, defensively. See if we could put that together, see what the schemes are defensively. Coming into it, we look like we can, trade. I mean, switch on pretty much ball screens, switch all 1 through 5, maybe 1 through 4, and then some with 5. And just kind of see what that looks like. But I feel like that would probably be our strength currently. Okay.
Yeah, I was curious because the same thing with you, right? Athletic defense. They're lengthy too. I like the potential starting roster would be like the tallest like team I can remember in a long time, and like weight on them as well. So yeah, I'm excited for that. But the one thing I noticed too about this team is, and this is potentially a weakness, maybe not, because we had Didon last year, right? And we were playing a lot of hero ball, it felt like. Yeah. There's not like a true point guard to this team, because even like Che, I'm excited for him, but he averaged like 2 assists. But I'm not a game last year for Irvine. But I'm like, was that because he had to do that because he was probably one of their best players, or how's that going to work? But you kind of alluded to that a little bit, how offense is going to look, and maybe not having a true point guard, but
Well, there's ways that you can hide that in your offensive schemes, and I think that Pastner can actually, do well with the team that he has currently. Okay. Depends on what kind of, if he's doing a motion offense, if he's doing a set offense, if he's able to get it and just go. Hopefully we're going to bring back the Runnin Rebel style. 1 through 4 can grab a rebound, take off, and then we can get into transition instead of having to set up our offense. Kind of like how Kruger had it. He would like to play a half-court game instead of the long-court game, or full-court game. And I think that will be the biggest difference with this team, and I feel like that's the direction that he has to go in order to be successul.
Yeah, I love that take. Yeah. And, the one thing, and I love Didon being here, but when he kind of left, they looked way better. Because they were playing, like you said, as much as we get hyped on the players, it's the team chemistry and how the ball movement. And that's something you talked about during the season last year, how they weren't getting the ball movement. Yeah. So, awesome. I love that take. What else here? So do you have an underrated player here? Mine was Walter Brown, so you can't steal it. Do you have an underrated player on this roster?
I'll go with the hometown kid, Mason.
All right, Mason, I love it. Yeah. Can you talk a little bit more? I mean, I know you talked about. Can you talk a little bit more about him? I know you said he's athletic, he can shoot. How about his intangibles?
I mean, he's a really good. I feel like he's a really good person as well. Whenever I see him out, he's always very respectful, saying hi, and even though we never really talked too much, I would say, but I think that his career at Coronado, he played really well. Okay. He knows the game really well. His IQ is pretty high, so I think that goes a long way in this game, especially in the Mountain West Conference.
Awesome. I'm excited too. I felt like he was like an underrated signing. He's kind of like the local star, but he wasn't big praise because he wasn't like a top 100 recruit. But I've only heard a lot of positive things about him. And Pastner, kept his pledge here. So obviously Pastner sees something in him as well, right? So, all right, cool. So non-con schedule. Do you have a specific game you're looking forward to the most, or?
I think that Alabama game is going to be fun.
Are you going to?
I won't. Probably. What? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. The last 2 games I went to last year, the last 2, they lost. So I kind of want to see if I don't show up to that game, if they're going to win. It might be bad luck that I come up, but maybe good luck that I stay home, I'll definitely be watching it, though.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
You about UNLV all the time. You don't want to give us bad luck. All right.
Exactly.
I feel like you're good luck, but... that tournament is like, I kind of feel the same way because it's cool. It's Thanksgiving week, right? At was it MGM Grand or that little arena that you played in, and I watched you.
Against
when
Oregon.
You guys won
against Oregon.
I love it.
Yep.
There's a good chance we go 0-2. Like Bama and Maryland, those are some programs.
That's tough.
So I love to be like a homer and be super positive, but hopefully they, like you said, that chemistry gets going. Yeah. But it's a good best non-con I can remember in a long time. But we're at Washington, at Memphis. St. Joe's is really the only thing at Thomas and Mack. Atlanta 10 team, they have a good program history, and then at Stanford.
Yep.
So those are the big games anyways. I didn't list the other games. So is there a conference team that you're most excited to watch UNLV this year?
I feel like the obvious answer is San Diego State. But,
always.
Give me. I think that GCU is going to be fun to watch and see how they get accustomed to the Mountain West game. It's completely different from their last conference. I think the teams in the Mountain West are better, obviously, but I'm interested in seeing. They just got the kid from Gonzaga, correct?
They got a kid from
they got a lot of transfers this year.
Probably our best player on UNLV, Headley.
Yep.
Yeah, he was good. I liked Headley last year. He was just like a very versatile player, could kind of do everything. He took over the offense with he was a good player for us.
I think it'll be fun to watch.
He's proven in the Mountain West, so
I think it'll be fun to watch.
I love that take. So you took my take. Definitely GCU. I'm excited. I love that the Mountain West added GCU. They put a lot into that program. Interesting too. GCU picked Mountain West over Pac, and there's a little bit of such a rivalry now in the conference. It's too bad it couldn't all stay together. It mixed up. The Pac is crazy what they did there. Any takes on that whole breakup? I mean,
not any hot takes, I would say. I'm probably just going to say exactly what everyone else is going to say. I think it's going to be a very interesting transition for, Boise State and those schools, Utah State, San Diego State. And the Mountain West, I would probably say, gets a little bit weaker. With the teams that are coming in. So, UNLV, we've been on a consistent middle to low in the conference. So I think when that change actually happens, I feel like if we don't jump up to that top spot or in the top 4, I think that it'll be tough to recover. So
yeah. I agree with you. I think a lot's on the line for football and basketball right now. UNLV football looks really good, which is the most important in terms of money. 80% of the money comes from football, 20% comes from basketball, but basketball is very important too. So just for the folks at home, so Mountain West is basically besides UNLV, a lot of the top teams are moving to the Pac. So the new Mountain West for 2026 is going to GCU is coming to the league this year. But after that, it's going to be UTEP, Hawaii, UC Davis. UTEP's got some history for basketball way back in the day. They got big arenas. You played in these arenas. UC Davis, I think they kind of added them because of they have a lot of money and they're academically really good.
They had some pretty good runs in their conference the last couple of years too,
so they kind of have some upside. I think they can add football in the future, and I think and all of these are in big markets. Like El Paso is a top 50 market. People don't talk about that. Hawaii is top 50 market. UC Davis is in Northern California. Yep. So that a lot of that was what occurred. But I love GCU ad. I think for me this year, and in football too, I'm like excited to watch all the Pac teams that are leaving and just beating them. So yeah, San Diego State, Colorado State, Boise. It's going to be kind of fun that there's the rivalries are going to take another level.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It all.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, I think we've gone over most of this. So let's get away from basketball. Or anything you want to add to basketball? Any other players you want to talk about? Any hot takes for the season? What do you think it's gonna come down to?
I will say one of my biggest hot takes right now is that they need to change. They do need to change the transfer rules.
Oh, okay. Tell me more about that.
So obviously, transfer rules have changed. From when I was playing, you can only have the one-time transfer rule, but you had to sit out for a year.
Yeah.
Then they changed it to you can basically transfer, you could play right away. And then now you could transfer whenever, however many times, and then now you can play. I think it takes away from the amateur side of basketball, of college basketball especially. And if there's a rule that you can only transfer once, I think that also grows the game a little bit more as far as college basketball goes. So you're not having to worry about people leaving every single year, and they're playing each year as a contract year to get to the next spot, and just try to make more money as they're doing right now. So I think that would probably be my biggest hot take currently in what I see.
I agree with you. I think there needs to be a shift because there's too many like transfer dates too, right? Like I know they're already starting to talk about maybe only having one for football now because it doesn't make it like a ton of, like you can transfer, like for football it's like you can transfer right before the bowl season, and even I believe Marshall last year could not compete in their bowl game because they had too many kids transfer. They didn't have enough players.
Yeah.
So that to me is like incredibly silly. Imagine you're a Marshall fan.
Yep.
And you can't watch your team play a bowl game because of they didn't push the transfers at least a week out or whatever it is.
Yep.
So I agree with you. I would limit the transfer maybe once, twice a year, whatever that looks like. But yeah, maybe like contracts too, something where a kid has to stay for 2 years. Like we got to figure it out. Is this amateur or is this professional? Now it's NIL. It's a little bit both.
It's professional now.
Right? It's professional.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
It's just like a minor league for NBA or NFL. Yeah.
You should have ability to kind of like keep players for a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's all kind of interesting because I don't think any of it's going to get sorted out.
I don't think so. Not in the near future anyways.
But I know that there's going to be a huge shift in the league in 2030. That's what everybody has been talking about, that there's probably going to be a football super league. We'll see if UNLV gets into that or not. I don't know if that's going to affect basketball or not. But they're probably NCAA is going away, or it's going to play a very minor role. It's already playing a minor role. So I think we're going to know more but it's so far away.
Yeah.
But I think that's when they start shoring these things up and create their own rules.
Yeah.
And it's going to help the Big Ten and SEC. It's not going to help UNLV at the end of the day, right?
True.
So, but anyways, all right, cool. So good takes on basketball. Got to nerd out there for a little bit. So tell me what's going on in your life. I know you've been traveling.
Yeah.
Give me the good stuff. What are some good places you've been going to and places you recommend?
This year, I went to Jamaica earlier. This was back in March. That was really fun. Different culture, kind of getting to immerse a little bit more in the culture, not just staying on the resort. So that was really cool.
Oh, cool.
And us being in real estate, you kind of pay attention to that a little bit more wherever you go. And the way that they do things out there is very, very, very interesting. They build until they can't build anymore. So you'll see houses with studs on the top that are trying just to continue to build. They'll build over summer or winter time, however that looks, and then they'll go work, make their money, come back, and then build until they can't build anymore. And they kind of do that as a repeating thing until they can actually build a house. So definitely understanding different cultures and seeing how that looks that was really cool. And I just went out and visited my family in Hawaii. On the Big Island, and as we were saying before we went on air, it's a little bit different than the Honolulu, the touristy spots and stuff like that. But if you're looking for something that's a little bit more outdoorsy, a little bit cheaper, there's really, really nice areas on the Big Island. So
awesome.
Yeah,
I haven't been yet, so looking forward to going at some point. So how's real estate? How's the real estate world? How's your year been going?
It's been slow this year.
Yeah.
I think that we've all kind of seen a turn
we
in the
felt
market.
it, for sure. We're going to have the lowest amount of sales this year than I've been in the business 21 years.
Yep.
So we're going to have less sales in the Great Recession this year than when that was going on.
Yeah. So obviously everyone kind of feeling that, but I think that towards, interest rates are cutting just a little bit, which is catching people's attention. I think that a lot of my buyers are now starting to, get prepared for the next couple months, and actually make the move. A lot of out-of-state people, tax purposes and everything in other states, other cities. I think that they're starting to now transition into actually making that jump as well. So I foresee 2026 being a better year than this year, and that's kind of how it is currently. So
yeah, same here. It was interesting because the spring just kind of went completely dead. I've never seen a slower spring in my career. First quarter was good. Yeah, the good news is for folks out there, if you're paying attention to the real estate market, rates have gone down over a point since May. So as of this morning, it was 6.2. They were over 7.5 back in May. So they've come down a lot. We were starting to see a little bit pick up, and then again this week, slow again. So it's kind of weird because you're like, last time they were this low, the market was hot. So I think consumer confidence is still kind of wavering. We also need the media to get behind it again.
Well, the media is always going to be a little bit behind the trends, right? At least a week, maybe even 2 weeks, kind of just getting adjusted to where we actually are currently. So, if you're listening to media, pay attention to it a little bit, but call your real estate agent that are, they're going to be a little bit more accurate on the actual trends of the market.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a little throw out there, but
they're all headlines. It's crazy the headlines you see. I'm like,
it's contradicting headlines. It's contradicting headlines from here to here. The one shows high inventory, the next one right below it shows low inventory, so you don't even know what you're looking at. But like I said, call your local real estate agent, me or John, obviously, if you're in Vegas, and definitely get to understanding where we actually are.
Yeah, I'm hoping, because I know the Fed is next week potentially making that cut, and I think it's due. It's literally been 3 years in real estate. We've been in a real estate recession. People don't like to use that word till we're out of it. But we've been in real estate sessions. Sales have been low. We need something. I think that will help and we need consumer confidence back. Probably if it gets back in the 5s, hopefully. I would have thought it would have picked up already, but we'll see. Usually fall is one of our better seasons. The weather cools off. Summer, as you know, it's just
too hot. Too hot for people to come down. And I think our biggest time is during the winter time when people are in sub-zero degrees, and now we're still in shirts and shorts out here in December, and you're able to come out and kind of see what Vegas is actually really like.
I agree. Yeah, when the weather cools off. Usually about September 15th, it starts getting kind of good, and we see a pickup. So we'll see if that holds true, because spring, I've never seen anything like that before. But So what are your goals for the rest of the year? What do you got going on and going into 2026?
Really just. Well, for the end of this year, just maintain, keep going, keep moving, keep networking, keep building relationships, and then into 2026, I'm trying to really get into my best year in this career. So, if that looks, however that looks at that point in time, and go from there.
Keep building.
Yep,
I love
exactly.
it.
That's it. That's all you can do.
So the most important question I can ask you: how's your golf game going?
So sometimes I feel like I should quit real estate and go play golf for a living. And then next times, the next round, I'm out and I should just throw my clubs away. But no,
Sounds like my golf game.
I've gotten down to under a 1 handicap, so I've been playing really good golf.
Good job, dude.
Getting out early mornings right after the gym, and still allowing myself the full day to actually work definitely helps. But playing in some competitions, some tournaments now. They haven't gone so well currently. It's a completely different game than actually just going out and playing around, but did bring that drive
What's
back.
different about it? I'm sure there's a psychology and mindset to it, right?
For sure.
I'm never going to be able to play in that, so what is the difference?
Basically like all sports, right? You can practice as much and you're not going to feel that energy, you're not going to feel that adrenaline until you're actually in a game. People are watching you. You're actually competing against a whole bunch of people, so it's definitely a different mentality going into it than just going out and playing around with your friends. So it's fun, but definitely beat you up sometimes. So
awesome. Well, I need some golf lessons, so I'm going to get them from you. So, all right, we're going to wrap this up. Us at Starr, thanks for being on. You guys see this guy, Thompson? Buy him a beer. Guys are Run Vegas. Take care of yourselves today.
Later.